So not only in today's video do we have quite an exotic texture pack to be looking at, we're also going to be looking at a PvP texture pack, which is quite rare. Today the texture pack we are reviewing is Noche Estrellada. I think I've said that right. By CubeCraft Games. Currently costs 660 mine tokens, which is the equivalent of £3.29 in my local currency. And it says, enhance your PvP experience with Noche Estrellada. Short swords, low fire, beautiful starry sky, epic armor, cute mobs, UI overhaul, skin included, supports 1.20 Trails and Tales update by Chili X, which I think means CubeCraft Games is acting as a publisher in this regards. Let's get this texture pack reviewed. Alright, so let's get this texture pack review started, and we are here with Noche Estrellada, which I struggle to say, and immediately we have quite a fancy digital type image in the background. We've got nice orange buttons, and then also as well you've got the Noche Estrellada little splash screen in the title there as well. I'm gonna jump in and load up the game. It's a very nice, very sleek here, almost kind of like, I want to say it's giving me like Digimon vibes, and with it being a PvP pack, this kind of makes sense as well because it's like a battle style world, and I get that feeling looking at some of these textures as well. It's got the gridded pattern on the grass blocks and just all the blocks in general, to be honest with you. And you have this really, it is nice skybox here, the purple going into a night sky. I think it's daytime though. If I change the time now to daytime, if I know what I'm doing, there we go, set the time. The moon stays there. We've got these weird things in space like shooting stars or something, I don't know, and I can't actually see a sun, which could be a little bit off-putting for some people. It's really difficult to tell what the time of the day is without a clock, but I mean, I'm getting battle world vibes, which is not always a bad thing, and for a PvP pack that's not necessarily a bad thing either. And this gridded pattern, like I said, kind of, it can be a bit hit or miss for some players. For some players it makes the world a little bit more simple, a little bit easier to use. For other players it's very, very distracting. And then you've got the water, the ocean, looking very blue. Other than that though, colors are what you would expect from vanilla Minecraft so far. But with that being said, let's go down there and let's find out what the passive mobs look like. So as we get closer to the ground, this grid pattern comes up even more, to the point where I almost thought these were logs, but they're grass blocks. So it's using some form of like simplex or similar. I can't really remember any other texture pack names like that that just use this gridded pattern. But we're here for the passive mobs. We've got the sheep. Now I don't actually know what the main focus of this texture pack is going to be. Maybe it's going to be the armors and the weapons. It does say PvP experience is enhanced with this texture pack, and I think it's using short swords and stuff, so maybe this will shine in the armors and the weaponry. But we've got very sleek, very polished, very deliberately blocky sheep here, which is very, very interesting. We've got the horses over here as well, still keeping a blocky pattern while also trying to have an essence of 3D here. I mean, the different shapes of the squares here, the cubes, very nice. It's so polished and clean here so far though. Do we have any other of our passive mobs? We've got a couple sheep over here as well. Sorry if I sound a little bit sick. I always seem to be a bit bunged up this time of year. But anyway, we're here for the cows. But again, very blocky. Oh, yeah, oh no, there you've got the kind of embossed or the outline style. Maybe not embossed, but definitely the outline style. They've done well to keep the two-tone sheep as well. This guy is not going to let me look at his side. Yeah, polished and sleek, which is cool, because if mobs, passive mobs, if the world and stuff isn't the main focus of this, it is nice that they've still focused on it anyway and made some changes, even if they're just cleaning it up or adding their own touch to it. And yeah, again, so the chicken, very difficult to make blocky, very difficult to keep this outline and make it look nice. It does kind of just blend in. But yeah, it's it's made it part of its own. It hasn't just ignored it. It hasn't just left it. Do we have any pigs about? Yes, we do. There's one over here, little baby pig. You know that because it's got a massive head and a tiny body. Oh, there's baby sheep there as well. Cool. So looking at the pig, yeah, that is a massive head. I mean, it's a baby pig, but looking at that, it is a massive head, and it's just keeping the outline. I would expect a normal pig or an adult pig to be quite similar to that. One thing I wanted to look at as well, I know it's not really passive mobs, but looking at the leaves, again, they've kept that cube. It almost looks like a spawner cage in how it's been done. You've got the transparency going through as well, but there is this big bit of noise in the middle, and it does differentiate between the different types. So you've got the birch leaves and the oak leaves there. Okay, I mean, yeah, I'm getting the feeling of like a digital battle world right here. This is why I'm gonna keep saying like Digimon style, basically. I can understand this as like a PvP arena. This would look kind of nice. Let's go and try and find a village, and let's find out what villagers look like. Okay, so I thought we'd come over to here with this pillager outpost just because this is a PvP pack and you have to fight these guys. So I thought it'd be interesting to see if there's any changes to them. There doesn't look like there's any massive changes at all. We've still got this block pattern going on here. I'm probably going to stop mentioning that. But yeah, it's just a deliberate outline across the players. No real craziness when it comes to the weaponry or the outfits. Got an allay in here which doesn't normally appear. Let's free these guys. How you guys doing? You okay? Oh, they look a little bit scary. All right, cool. So nothing too crazy going on there. And then just over here we have a village as well. And now's probably a good time to just remind you guys, if you like the world generation that you see as we go through, the seed is down in the description. And also I do buy these texture packs with my own money so that I can give you my own honest opinion. So yeah, we're here now at the village, and okay, like the gridded pattern really does work well in a village, just because you've got the pathways. I think it looks really nice here, to be honest. In terms of the building, it's quite difficult for buildings to look nice with this blocky pattern, in my opinion. It's just a very deliberate generated world, really. So that's one thing to just be careful about. But if this is a PvP pack, then you're not going to really be using this in a world, I guess. We do have the iron golem here. Again, I'm seeing this more and more in textures where they're keeping like growth on the iron golem, whether it be vines, or I think one pack that I did had glowberries growing on him. It's a nice touch. It's an easy way to add detail to a relatively undetailed mob, unless you want to go for a more deliberate detail. But this is a very nice way of doing it. Again, other than that though, it's just an outline around the character. I think this texture pack is going to pick up mainly in armors. So when we get to the armory, I think it's going to look good. Hopefully, anyway. In terms of villages, deliberate outlines, but it does look like it's just built on the base vanilla villages, which, you know, it's kind of a shame, but it's not what this texture pack is about. So it's not really going to give it any bad marks, to be honest with you. It's a bit difficult to do a PvP texture pack because I'm not a PvP player, really. But, you know, we'll try and give it our best. Doesn't seem to be any diversity on the mobs, so they haven't slipped in any diverse villagers here. They've just used the base Minecraft mobs. But okay, interesting, I guess. Again, the moon is still there and it's daytime, so it's a little bit weird. Let's turn it to nighttime, see if the sky changes, and see what any hostile mobs look like. Right, so I've set it to nighttime, and I can't really see any immediate difference to the sky, to the sky block, other than it's kind of toned a little bit more blue. So I don't know if the skybox is supposed to be rotating or if it's supposed to be a permanent kind of starry moon sky, which would add credence to it being a kind of alien or even generated world or a battle world. But we're here for the hostile mobs. We've got a creeper over here, again very clean and polished. The face, oh, they've taken away the creeper iconic face and just added in the eyes here, so they've made it their own. It's just whether or not you like that. We've got the Enderman over here, very plain, a little bit boring, but again polished. There's creepers again, and then we've got the skeletons. Now the face is quite vacant here. they've definitely done something to just do something on this. I think they've just tidied it and cleaned it, which is very nice. But other than that, they haven't really added any massive amount of detail, haven't really changed the world. They've just added this kind of outline to make them easier to see, and then in essence, I guess that makes them easier to fight, but I'm not 100% sure. This is definitely not where this pack is supposed to be shining. We've got a zombie over here. Well, they've gone as far as giving him a hairline, so that's cool. I'm not always a fan of the like arms sticking out like this. Some texture packs don't do it. I don't really like the arms sticking out like this. It makes them feel a little bit, I don't know, a little bit old school zombie, but I suppose that's a nitpick on my part. The colors are nice, and that's something I haven't said as well. The colors do look really, really nice. They do look really sleek and smooth. We haven't seen a spider yet. Here's one over here. We look at this again, more of the same, just a prominent outline, very clean and polished. And I can respect clean and polished, by the way. I'm not saying that in a bad way. This is very obviously not supposed to be a texture pack that has amazing mobs. I mean, they say cute mobs in their description. I don't necessarily agree that they're cute mobs. They're definitely clean, they're definitely polished, and that's nice. Like, that makes it look just a little bit more, you know, chef's kiss. But it just depends on what you're looking for, really. And if you've got this texture pack, you're probably looking for armors and weapons. So let's head over to the Armoury. So we're at the Armoury, which gives us a chance to see how the world generation looks from bottom to top and back down again. And other than just the kind of cube gridded nature, not much. The ores do look relatively nice though. I mean, these are nice diamond ores right here. Like a deep slate diamond ore there as well. Not really sure why it's gone for a crescent design, but it has. We've got over here as well, we've got gold ore, okay, and then we've got some redstone over here, and we've got some iron. So yeah, I like that. That's kind of, it's a more prominent ore design, which is cool. If we head over here to the armors now, we've got the leather armor looking very leathery. Again, outlining it is very nice. It just makes it very deliberate and easier to spot in the world. We've got the yellow and the red, very deliberate colors, very vibrant colors, very, very nice. And then you've got the wooden tools. Now, they do mention short swords, and I have said in previous texture packs that short swords are literally a PvP specific. They're for that very reason. I believe it's so that you can see past them easier and you can see more of the screen that's going on. I'm not 100% sure. These look nice though. They almost look copper-esque. I don't know if that's just me. They're very nice for wooden tools. In chainmail, the transparency is still there, but that is quite a thick outline, so you don't actually get much transparency on here, which is a bit disappointing. But again, very nice, very clean. Then we've got weapons here. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be much of a change in how it looks from wood to stone. Be interesting to see that progress going forward. Iron, I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this at all. When you start adding in different colors, like I'm assuming this is gold on here, it defeats the point in having a fully iron armor if it's going to have gold. If Minecraft allowed us to have hybrid armors where you could meld bits of iron and bits of gold together and you got like an irony gold armor with slightly less durability than iron but slightly more durability than gold, then I would understand it. But at the moment, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. I want my iron to look iron and I want my gold to look gold. Over here, again, not too crazy on the change. In fact, it looks almost identical from stone to iron weapons. I'm not seeing any massive changes. The pixel art looks really nice though. It does look really, really nice. It's just a shame that there hasn't been any progression through the stands. We're on gold now, and again, gold looking like an inverted iron. So same thing again, what I said for the iron. I like my iron to look like iron and I like my gold to look like gold. I get adding detail and stuff. This might just be a nitpick from me. Again, the weapons look exactly the same, which is definitely a shame. If it's PvP, you would have thought they'd have been making the weapons look epic. It's starting to really like not look good for me, to be honest. Diamond, oh man, again, I hate this. I really don't like this. Why have you put gold on my diamond, man? I like my diamond color to be prominent and plentiful, and that's just not the case here. Again, with the weapons, I'm seeing no difference going along here other than the colors. That seems like such a missed opportunity. I know they don't mention any nice weaponry in their description, so I shouldn't be expecting it, but I just kind of expect it in general from a PvP pack. Very disappointing here, to be honest with you. And then Netherite, again, why gold? Like, why can't it just be Netherite? Why wouldn't you maybe put a hint of diamond there or something? I could understand that, in fact, because you turn diamond weapons into Netherite weapons, right? But, alright, so you've made the choice. They're clean and they're polished, but there's nothing special. It's very copy and paste. And then just color changed. I don't even like the Netherite weapons. They're just too predominantly black. Like, the shading is not great on this. The art style, the pixel style, the design and the shape is very, very nice. I can't believe I'm actually going to say this. My favorite is leather. What is going on? My favorite is the leather, specifically the red leather. And my favorite weapon set, this is going to be, I'm probably going a little bit overboard on this, but my favorite weapon set is the wood weapon set, because it's the exact same design all the way through. If I was here for how it looked, why would I go for anything more than wood? Obviously durability matters, but yeah, this has been a disappointing section in all honesty for me. Let's head over to the armor trims and see how they look. So we're here at the armor trims, and again, the gold with the diamond trims, maybe the color set's just really, really bad, but if you look, so sometimes, right, when you've got gold armor, you would have the one color base, and then you would have whatever your trim is, that's another color going overlay. Because they've mixed iron and gold, or gold and iron, or diamond and gold, or netherite and gold, you've already got two distinct colors, and then you're adding in a third. These just feel incredibly noisy, incredibly messy. I don't know. Maybe for you guys who use trims, you can see something here and like how you would apply it to diamond armor or with a different color set for the trim. I don't know for me. The pixel art looks really nice though. I do like these little booklet or slab things, tablets, whatever they're called. They do look very nice, but yeah, nothing too crazy for me. And the tool bench hasn't changed. At least it's not wiggling. Let's head over to the Redzone and see what redstone looks like. So we're here now at the Redzone, and I have to be honest with you, I'm expecting nothing here. There are changes, again, sleek, polished, clean, deliberate, just tried to make it easier on the eyes, I guess. But I'm not expecting much creativity here. That's not a knock, by the way. I don't think this would have been a section that they focused on, but I'm struggling to actually see what the section is that they did focus on. Maybe it was world generation and the cubism, the gridism, shall I say. But yeah, there's literally nothing here, to be honest with you. I'm slowly falling out of love with this pack. Let me know down in the descriptions what you guys think so far, or save it to the end and then let me know. But I haven't seen anything. I have just noticed though that they said UI overhaul, so we're gonna have a little quick look in here. There is a slightly different menu screen. Okay, they've changed the little booklet here to have transparency as well. That's a nice touch. I'm glad I had a look here. That is a nice touch. And then UI overhaul as well. Let's go into the settings and just see the menus. Okay, so instead of it being sliders, it's green light, red light, or red light, green light if you're a Squid Games fan. Okay, those were nice little touches. I'm glad I looked at that. Let's head back to the world and let's see what the Nether looks like. Alright, so we are loading into the Nether, and it looks like we're going to be followed by this gridded pattern again. Again, it's a good menu screen, and you can see quite prominently here the little cursor, and I don't actually know what the crosshairs, shall I say. In terms of the obsidian portal, it's smooth, it's polished as usual. The actual portal itself, I'm not a big fan of this. It does look like purple stained glass, but you know, that's not the end of the world. And then if we have a look, they mentioned low fire, so if I just go into here, okay, yeah, it doesn't take up as much of the screen, so you can see a lot more of what's going on when you're under effects, so that makes sense. I'm starting to wonder if this texture pack has been mainly about just ease of PvP. It's not about enhancing PvP in terms of weapons and stuff, but just making it easier to see what's going on around you, which I have to question if that's what people would want. I don't know. I would have liked if they had done this. Actually, I'll save it to the end. We've got hoglins here, not hoglins, sorry, piglins. I need to learn my mobs a little bit better. He's wearing what looks to be a gold helmet. And then, yeah, it's just polished and sleek with an outline, really. It's very difficult to get excited by it. The red is a very nice red here. The color does always look good. We've spawned next to a bastion as well. Again, the digital cubism that's going on here. I like it. I do like it. I couldn't play in it. I couldn't build in it. But for a battle world, I do like it. Something weird is happening with this lava. It's got this far and just decided I'm not doing anymore. Fair enough. Over here, oh, that is not a nice gold block in my opinion. That is not a nice gold block in my opinion at all. Let's find a fortress and hopefully we'll be able to see what a ghast and the rest of the mobs look like. Okay, so we are at a fortress, and again, the cube is there. It's quite a deliberate square. Very difficult to just say something new about these types of things. I thought I could hear a ghast, but not yet. So maybe we'll get to one in a moment. And then as we look around, so we've got zombified piglins, very smooth, very colorful. We've got blaze, very vibrant colors, very lack of detail, but vibrant colors. As we keep having a little look around, this is quite an embedded fortress, very difficult to see what's going on. Do we have any wither skeletons around? Anywhere maybe? It's got blazes going in here. Magma here, I believe this is magma, along with lava. Is it magma? It is magma. Just very lack of detail, really. And then for a wither skeleton, it is literally just a inverted skeleton. I'm trying to not pick up that magma. Which, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of copy paste. I'm seeing a lot of almost, I want to say lazy. I don't want to be offensive, but it feels lazy. Yeah, I'm losing the will to find nice things to say about this, but we're going to carry on. I need to see a ghast. I know it's just going to look like a big white cube with a outline and a very basic face. I know it is. That's just how this pack has conditioned me to think, but I need to have a look at one. So no joke, I'm actually starting to think that ghasts just really don't want to disappoint me, because I've been flying around for about 5 minutes and nothing has spawned, which is a bit of a struggle, really. So I'm going to do what I don't normally do, and I'm going to spawn one myself. So just to show you guys, you know, I normally try to see how the world generates. It's just not going to happen here today, I don't think. So let's spawn in a ghast, and exactly what I said, a big white cube with an outline, some dangly legs, and a very basic face. Very disappointing. Let's head to the end and let's find out what the Ender Dragon looks like. So we're loading into the end now, and it was very quick, and oh wow. So whatever they've done to the void has made the bounding box, or whatever you want to call it, a lot more deliberate. Kind of leads to my version of the lore, where you're like, you've been extracted or inserted into a digital arena, which is very, very weird. We can see the Enderman a lot better here. To be honest with you though, we didn't miss much when we saw them before. It's very bleak, very sleek, very lack of detail. Let's head over to the Ender Dragon. She seems to be jet black. Oh, there's a little bit of detail there. There's some grey in there as well for the outline of the wings. It's a very basic mob design. Would you call these mobs cute? That is a question for the description. Like, what am I supposed to say about it? She's jet black with an outline. Okay, let's go to the ancient city. Wow, this has not been a great review. Let's go to the ancient city and let's see what a warden looks like. Right, so we're here at the ancient city, and again, there isn't much here in terms of to shout about. The gridded pattern, the colors look nice, it's polished and it's sleek, but there is nothing here to really just be like, wow. Do you know what I mean? So I think we're just going to rush in and get the warden to spawn as quickly as possible. Okay, I think I've done this right. Yeah, here we go. He's spawning in. And yeah, it's definitely a more polished version of a warden. But there's nothing there to be like, yeah, you've owned this. You've just put the outline and you've put like more prominent colors, I guess. This texture pack, I don't know, man. It started off quite strong for me. Like, I really liked the world. I really liked how it generated in. I liked the grid pattern, and I liked being able to apply my own kind of lore to it, where we were in a battle arena or a battle world. And then after that, it was very copy and paste. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 in my opinion. And I think it's quite prominent for that, the fact that this pack has been out 4 days now at time of recording, and there is no reviews on it. So let me give a brief rundown of why I give this a 4 out of 10. And the 4 out of 10 is carried heavily by, if you can hear my dog whining in the background, I do apologize, she misses me. I need to go and see her. But yeah, the 4 out of 10 is predominantly because of how clean and polished the world looks, and because of the grid pattern. Now the grid pattern's not going to work in an actual world. It's going to be very boring to look at. It's going to be very difficult to build with. But in a self-made arena for PvP, that's going to look really, really nice. You can come up with some nice kind of detail, some lore. It's a very deliberate fighting area. And then the polished nature of everything is very, very polished, so that deserves to be looked at. I've chosen 4 out of 10 to be deliberately below average. Some people say their average is 5, some people say their average is 6. Even I've bounced around in the past for which one should be average. This is definitely below average. The mobs, I wouldn't say they were cute, they were just basic and polished. The armor sets, I didn't like them. That's a personal preference, probably. I didn't like them. I didn't like the mix of multiple different colors in it like that. I didn't like gold and iron being gold, and like iron and gold being iron and stuff like that. And it was just very copy and paste on how each of the armor sets, and especially how each of the weapon sets looked. There was no uniqueness for each different type. They just looked like, we're going to take this outline, we're going to apply a different color set to it. And for PvP, you want your armors to look epic. You want your weaponry to look epic. I can forgive the Redzone looking rubbish. I can forgive the villagers looking boring and like no things going in there if the PvP side of it looked good. All they've done is do the short swords, the low fire, and add outlines to everything, which does help a PvP basis. But is it strong enough to have a texture pack on that? Not in my opinion. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I would love to see what you guys think. I also didn't really understand what was going on with the sky. It was like permanently starry sky. Weird. I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Drop a like if you've enjoyed this review, and if you're new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. We recently hit our 2,000 subscriber target, which was our entire target for 2024. So thank you very much for that. I have no target now. The world is our oyster. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace.